All right, today is Roadster Day. I last week moved the Roadster out to the back shop so we could get to working on it again. The project's been pretty stalled since about 8 or 9 months ago. So I'm hoping that we can get enough done in the next couple of weeks that I can get the car off to paint before it gets too rainy and cold. And then obviously upholstery. Today I am hoping, get the shop open here. Today, I'm hoping that we can drill the holes in the dash for some classic instruments that I have here, and then put all the gauges in, get them all test fitted in the dash. And then I have to take the rear wheels off and the brake hubs off of the car because the emergency brake line is really, really long. I just pinned it up here on the frame when we got the car running, and I had to take it down to the muffler shop. So today I have to take that whole assembly apart, shorten that up, get it all fitted. The handbrake is already in the car down there at the bottom, but I need to run that line to it. So it's not functional right now. And then I also need to, I'm gonna be running a top hood on this Roadster. So I need to, the hood's right there in front of the 56. I need to cut it. It's a little bit long for the way that the body and the cowl and everything lined up with the front radiator. So we're gonna have to take a little bit off, and then I need to put in the stripping once it comes back from paint. There is a laundry list of other things that I need to do on this car. I have the gas tank in the car already, but I actually got this pretty cool gas fill cap that I am going to have to cut a piece of the body out and weld it in. So my dad and I are gonna have to figure out the best way to do that. It's gonna need to have a little bit of curve in it since the body has a little curve in it. So hopefully I can get this all done today. We will see.
Out of my laundry list of things that I said that I needed to get done, we started with the hood. The aluminum you see here on the tire is actually a little bit longer than what I need in my application for my hood. So we're gonna have to cut it, and we're gonna have to fit all of the brackets to this hood specifically. What you see here is us trying to figure out how the latches on it work. We're also gonna tape both sides of the hood and measure for center on the hood so we know when we're putting it back on that it lines up with the body panels and that we have installed the brackets level. We unfortunately didn't get any instructions for the brackets, so it took us a little bit of figuring on how to get the brackets to work and which direction they were supposed to go, how the brackets were supposed to come off the car. So here's me and my dad trying to figure that all out before we start cutting and drilling on this piece of aluminum. Here is one of the brackets where the long metal piece that goes in the side of the hood is going to sit on the cowl of the car. We had already drilled the holes and figured out where this needed to go on the cowl, but as you'll see later in this video, we have to make a few adjustments. This is just to give an example of what the bracket's going to look like underneath the hood. The long aluminum piece is going to be up underneath the edges of the hood that fold over, and then that piece that I just handed to my dad sits on the bracket. We are going to drill and tap that bracket so it screws into the bracket that is attached to the cowl, and then also drill and tap the aluminum piece like you see here so it'll attach to the bracket, and then we will attach it to the hood itself after we've attached it to the car and gotten it all lined up. We've already attached one side of the bracket, but as you can see, the aluminum piece is a little bit too long, so we're going to have to cut that and then drill and tap like you see here on the other side. My dad has to keep backing the drill and the tap out because aluminum is very soft and it'll clog up the drill bits that you're using. We finished up putting the brackets on the aluminum piece, and now we're drilling and tapping the radiator cover so we can put in the final brackets on this side of the hood.
Put them off. You're good. All right.
With both brackets completed, I can now go ahead and attach them to the hood. In reality, putting this hood together really took us 2 days. There was no instructions, and it was actually really hard to figure out how these brackets were supposed to fit on the car. Here it is, all completed. All we have to do is go ahead and screw in those bottom pieces there to the brackets that are on the car. They're going to stay there, so when you flip the levers down, you can take the hood directly off the top. As always, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe.